Hey guys, right here on the screen is a feedback form that I will leave down below for you guys to fill in as well to give straight, direct to the Etheria dev team your feedback regarding RTA, which is going to be a core part of the game that I personally really enjoy, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I started playing the game in the first place. So leave your feedback in this form, and I heard that this form is going to go straight to the dev team. And this was initiated by the special RTA Discord for Etheria Restart. I'll leave the link to that down below as well. In this video, I want to talk about my top 3 biggest problem with RTA and what would make me play RTA. So personally, I love doing RTA. Whenever I have the time or I have the motivation to do RTA, I play a couple games here and there every other day when I feel like it. And I do win, I do lose. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes I have a win streak, sometimes I have a lose streak. But overall, it is a very fun time when I can use my unit I farm with blood, sweat, and tear in the very hard farming stages that I want the game to be, and get the resources from all the much harder end game PvE content as well. Like, the reason for me to play all of this is just to fuel my union PvP as well as my RTA. So to me, this is a very, very core part of the game that should be improved so that more people can enjoy RTA and do RTA as well. So my biggest top 3 problem with RTA, the first one is going to be the reward section. So the quest reward doesn't reset every single week. However, when you go to the normal arena, the AI arena, this reset every single week, so it will motivate me to play this content. But this content is not exactly very engaging or fun because it's auto. You're not actually beating anyone, you are beating another dungeon. It's just another farming area. So to me, it's not very, very fun. And I wish that the reward for this would be refreshed every single week. The second problem I have with RTA is that sometimes the matches can go very, very long. So personally, I switched to like a CC playstyle. So to me, if I win a match, I will maybe take very, very short, or I will take very, very long, because you can see that my CC team doesn't have like Mio Hendrik to combine with like crazy damage dealer as well. It's like raw CC. And sometimes it takes a while to get a match done, but I don't mind it actually, because with my playstyle, most of the time I am in the driving seat. I am playing the game. But for the other guy, he's not exactly playing the game. But if let's say I'm a main bruiser player, then my match is gonna be like super duper long. So maybe that is another problem for many, many players. For me personally, it's not like the worst thing in the world in terms of like the match playtime, because I choose to play a way that will minimize the time I need to spend in RTA. So it's like a here and there problem for me. Sometimes the match take very long, but sometimes it can be very, very short as well. My third problem with RTA is probably gonna be the shop, because the shop also doesn't refresh very regularly. So I don't really know what I'm doing RTA for. You know what? The biggest problem is the weekly limit 2000 right here, because I can get that done in, I would say, an hour or two. Okay, if you play Bruiser, you may get that done in like a week. But I can get that done very, very quickly. And to me, that is a problem, because after that, there's no more motivation for me to play the game. You would say that, Sean, you can play for the love of the game, you play to rank up, whatever, but this is a gacha game, okay? I need to be motivated by dopamine and pulls and whatever nonsense they want to throw at me in the shop. So the weekly limit to me is the problem. It should be like way bigger than 2000 so that I will be motivated to play the game. So what will motivate me to play this content? I think first gonna be the quest resetting weekly. That'd be amazing. Second is gonna be the weekly limit cap to go up. And I would need for this to sell something that is worth buying. So right now there is a chip problem in Etheria Restart. So maybe improving the weekly limit, uncap it or whatever, make the cap 10,000 and allow us to buy chip in the RTA shop, because they made it so that even if you lose, you are gaining a decent amount of currency. So if you can just keep doing RTA while you're farming Rango or whatever in the background, then you can also get a bit more chip to start improving your shell, and that's going to be a huge bonus for me personally, okay? I'm not talking about like everyone. If you hate doing RTA, I'm sorry. But the questionnaire asks what would motivate me to play RTA. So this is my motivation. I need to be able to buy stuff in the shop. I need to have extra reward when I play RTA. When I win or lose, I can use the currency to buy the things that help me progress in the game. Okay, that will be very, very cool. And that is pretty much it for me, right? I don't is it weird if I say that? I think the meta is like fine. You know what? Whatever. The meta is the meta. No matter how they fix the meta will always be very, very annoying for whatever group of people. And the meta is gonna be very challenging. The meta is gonna revolve around a couple unit only, and people are gonna hate that group of unit. And whenever they shift the meta to whatever new things, you will hate the next meta just as much or even more compared to the old meta. So to me, meta is meta. I don't give a shit. But if I have to endure the meta, if I have to endure like a long, boring match, at least I can be rewarded for it with the currency, with reconfig chip, with whatever the fuck they want to put in the shop. Okay, I don't really care. But to me, the most important thing is that when I spend my time and your time is money. Okay, you are spending your precious time instead of doing something fun or playing an actual competitive game like I don't know, League of Legends, Valorant, Marvel Rivals, whatever. Right? You are playing the PvP in this very fun and exciting gacha game, then you should be rewarded with a little bit of something, because a lot of time the match is not decided by your actual skill, right? You go in, you get outsped, you fucks. You get Bramble proc by Tiamat, you're kind of dead. So a lot of time it's a bit of like RNG mixed in between with your draft and whatever. So if you're gonna be punished by RNG, then at least, you know, give you a little bit of extra motivational reward would be my biggest thing. And that is like pretty much it. So another thing is right now I'm using the PvP loadout between Arena, Etheria, and Union Battle. For this content, you only have to save the preset for like one team and you can load it and you go. But for RTA, every single unit is built very differently. And if I'm using it for Union Battle, I gotta switch the build again. Because in Union Battle, let's say I don't need Bloodbath on all of my unit, then I'm gonna use something else. If I need speed tuning to be different for 3v3, I'm gonna use something else. So let's say if there's a button for me to reload everyone at one exact time, okay? So if there's a button for me to save everyone gear at this exact moment, because this is like 20, 15 unit, whatever, right? So after I'm done with Union Battle, I just click one button and everything will be reset back to that certain point of time. And that is it. Instead of like me going here and resetting one by one every single character, it can be a little bit time consuming and annoying. Personally, I really enjoy Fearless Arena. It is a soft tournament format. It is fun and exciting. Not very fun and exciting for lower level player or newer player, because you get matched against fucking top 100. It's pretty insane. So improve the matchmaking of Fearless Arena. I think that's going to be very, very good. Other than that, I think if RTA is just more rewarding, I'm going to play it. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to love it. And that is personally my way to be motivated to play RTA. The other way for me to be motivated to play RTA is just being able to build unit a bit easier. So I built Ninfonio, but now I want to build Batsby. I have no more EXP. I have no more Shadow Print. I have no more Lattice. The next time I want to be able to build a new fun toy for RTA, maybe in a month. And in between that, I might lose interest in doing RTA. So building unit takes a lot of time. I want to build, let's say I saw a fun Sutomu clip on YouTube, and I want to build to counter the healer meta because he can wound. And I don't have 100, right? So I want to build this guy. That's going to be a long time to get the SR Lattice, to build up certain character. So the time in between stuff is pretty long. If there's any way to improve that, that'll be great. But that is like the game economy in general. And we're not here to talk about that. So I would not rant about that. I'm not saying that, you know, the game is doomed or whatever. I'm just saying that if I could build more character, if I could test out shit that is like down here, that I don't know when I'm going to ever touch them, like Veronica, like Yelly, like Batsby, like Lilith. Maybe in the future I can build them. I will have even more fun than RTA. I think that's going to be very exciting. About balancing every single skill of the character, I'm going to leave that to the developer, okay? I'm not here to teach them how to make their game. So if they want to balance any skill whatsoever, they do that. I'm not here to teach them to do that. I don't have the qualification or the knowledge to do that anyway. I'm just a casual, a bit more try hard casual, enjoying the game, loving doing RTA, that kind of stuff. So that's just me. Overall, just more reward. That will be great. And that is pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. And let me know if you have any more feedback. You can fill it in the form. You can leave the comment down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.